So I didn't want to do this already. I didn't want to do this so soon. Another serious video after I've just really done a serious video. But this is on the back of that, okay? This is on the back of what I said the other day. If you haven't seen the video, I'll try remember to link it in the description. Go check it out. Essentially, I talk about how important it is to remain grounded on a spiritual practice. Doesn't matter what you believe, doesn't matter what spectrum you're on, what side, what polarity. It's important to remember we're human beings and remain grounded in that regard. No matter how fantastic our experiences can be, we're still human, okay? Now, this day and age, the term spiritual psychosis is chucked around like confetti. It's a bit like narcissist and gaslight and all these other buzzwords. They are used often out of context and are used as insults as well. So spiritual psychosis is indeed a thing, but it's not something I like to really say all that much because of how it is spoken about. But in this video, I will be using this term because I feel like it's within context and it's important to say it how it is. Say it for what it is, spiritual psychosis. What it is, you see, the original video I made was on the back of a creator who I didn't name and I still won't name. A lot of people will know who this person is. And if you do, that's great. I just don't want to jump on the bandwagon of dogpiling on them. I have heard since that last video some of the things that they apparently did, and I don't condone it, but they are going through some sort of issue at the minute, and I'm not about that, okay? But in a nutshell, I will tell you that this creator, he's been around a while in occult spaces on TikTok and here on YouTube. He is a devotee of Lilith. Me, being a devotee of Lilith as well, I know who he is. He's interacted with my stuff and I've probably interacted with his in the past. He used to talk a lot about the Cliff-Oath and things like this as well. All of a sudden, around April or May time, he has switched up. He seems almost psychotic in his TikToks. Behind his eyes, it just seems like a possession or something. I mentioned in the last video how Lilith does care about him. He has since disrespected her and stuff, but I don't feel anger like other people are saying. I feel sadness and disappointment. I do feel like he's probably failed some sort of initiation, but that's not for me to judge or say. But what I will say is he's totally gone and he is spitting out beliefs, saying that everyone needs to burn, masks are being lifted, mirrors shattered, all this stuff, talking about how he himself has destroyed the Cliff-Oath and Sephiroth, and now, at time of filming, when I last looked on his TikTok, saying that he has destroyed magic in general. That is, however you want to dress it up, that is signs of a psychosis, a psychotic break. When somebody is having delusions, it's fair enough. A lot of people do. We're easily led as humans, okay? I'm not judging. People do. But the way he is portraying these so-called delusions, it's as if he is the one true answer. He's the right thing. He's a god sort of thing. If somebody is coming across like that, it's very much a psychotic break, spiritual psychosis within context. And it's actually really sad to watch somebody have a decline like that. But it is what it is. Now, how has this come about? Now, I've said about he's probably failed an initiation or something like that. He was always in the Cliff-Oath. I explained this on the first video. He was always talking about it. It's not something that we should be doing permanently all the time. I do feel it's a test of ego that's probably backfired, and that's on him. That's his life. But it's just he's airing it so publicly, isn't he? Despite that, the wording of his stuff really has raised some red flags. I noticed some of the comments on TikTok especially were saying, oh, Chat GPT is fueling your psychosis. You know, there's people dogpiling on him because of things he's done in the past, you see, which I'm not judging the people doing that either. You know, it is what it is. I'm not even going to get into that. Because this video, it's about how scary like Chat GPT in the world of AI is. Now, I dug into it after that. I thought, what are they talking about? Now, I have used Chat GPT myself, not all that much. Obviously, there's loads of other versions of it, you know, different companies with different versions of AI. I mean, the AI we know, I'm not too well versed. I'm a bit of a dinosaur when it comes to technology sometimes. But the AI we know, it's not true artificial intelligence, but still, it's advancing. I mean, at time of filming recently, it's been on my radar. I was concerned anyways because AI, we can use it for literally anything the likes of ChatGPT. There are people writing books with it. There is a prolific so-called spiritual author that is an AI farm that are publishing spiritual books on every spiritual topic you can think of, and in quick succession. Nobody knows that much. It's AI, and it's not just one. And it's not just the spiritual side of things. If you look up on BookTube, some videos were suggested to me about how there was an author that got exposed recently, some romance author, that was using ChatGPT to write her novels, and she was saying to ChatGPT, "Oh, write it in the style of so and so, like another author," and she left the prompt in her book. Crazy. So she didn't even clean it up, you know. But this is the thing; it's so easy to use this damn thing. You can get it to do anything for you. There was even a South Park episode, because I do like South Park, where they were using ChatGPT to keep their girlfriends happy because they didn't want to text the girlfriends. You could do that. You know, I know I'm sitting joking a bit about it, but you could. You could ask it to do anything. And the images it can create, the videos. There are AI channels on YouTube, and YouTube is also promoting this. This is the thing, at time of filming, YouTube have built their own AIs. I mean, there's Gemini, isn't it called, their version of ChatGPT? But there's something called Flow, which I found out from a YouTube editing channel that I follow for like YouTubey tips. And they said that, and showed footage of it, YouTube's behind advancing AI. They want it to happen. You can literally make movies with voices now, like, and it's getting more and more realistic. Considering it was only like 2021 or something like that, the first time I saw the AI images, they were all like very abstract, but now they're getting more and more advanced. And I do think AI can be very useful in some contexts. You know, for me, yeah, I've used it when I needed to organise my thoughts for a video. I needed to, you know, if it was serious, put a structure to something. It's helped me organise the first ever time I hosted a workshop. Not the content, but the order I put it in, because it's like, well, where do you start? I'm not natural. Well, I am a teacher, I guess naturally, but I've never formally done that before. So it can help in regards like that, but it's few and far between that I've used AI myself, unlike some other YouTube channels that will literally, like, I can spot it a mile off in the descriptions. You could get it to, you know, write your titles, write your descriptions, do your thumbnail as well. You can get it to create B-roll and everything. And while it can be useful as an addendum, an addition to natural human talents, creativities, behaviours, to replace everything, it's scary, you know. There's going to be a time where, well, where would we fit in? There's not going to be an original thought in our minds. That's the scary thing. The rate it's advancing, I think, well, nobody's safe, no job. That's the way I see it anyways. If you can create a movie without having to hire an actor, you could. I mean, famously, the meme is Will Smith eating spaghetti. How that's advanced, look it up. You won't need to hire Will Smith. You could just create his likeness in AI. It's getting very advanced. And me rambling about all of that and saying all of that, the reason being is in a spiritual context, people are easily led, okay? I've known this for a while, being in the public eye, doing a lot of readings for different people. People are easily led sometimes, and I don't mean that to be nasty. I can be easily led too. I think it's human nature sometimes. We want to fit in. We want good things to happen for us. Sometimes it's hard to take no for an answer. This is how cults and things can pop up. It's always been the case, okay? As old as time itself. But now with AI, what AI is, it's a yes man. So if you're using something like Chat GPT, it's going to learn about you. It's going to learn how you type. It's going to learn your preferences, how you think, your interests. If you're using it daily, chatting with it, it's going to learn a lot about you and adapt. Now, it doesn't just learn about you. To my understanding, the way these models are set up right now, it can scrape off the internet in general. So it learns off all the other users using it. Everything posted online it learns from. I mean, it scrapes YouTube as well. So it could be learning from that. It's got, honestly, the biggest encyclopedia ever at its fingertips. So when you are chatting with this AI, and I did an experiment which links back to this guy, when I was seeing these comments, people saying, oh, it's ChatGPT. I'm like, eh? So I asked ChatGPT, and as I'm talking, I'm going to put some screen recordings on. I'm going to do it again for the video. I asked ChatGPT, to speak to me as if it was Lilith, to tell me about past lives, to tell me a message from Lilith and stuff. And it's quite convincing. Because it learns, obviously it knows who Lilith is as a being. You could ask it anything, a message from Jesus or whoever. It would be quite convincing. Now, if you grill it kind of thing, it did tell me a couple of times that I am not actually Lilith, but I'm channeling in the style of her. Do you want to go deeper and stuff like that? Honestly, I'll just put stuff on the screen now as I'm talking, and you'll see how spooky it is. I mean, give it a go yourself within reason, but no, it's not your deities, okay? It's not a spirit. You see, this is a thing when I'm talking about people easily led. Us as spiritual people, we do believe in things that are not evidential beliefs sometimes, like I know I've had spiritual things happen to me and I've got no scientific evidence. I've got nothing solid to say 100% that was Hecate or that was Lilith or that was whatever. Because a lot of what we do is belief in a higher power, belief in something else, belief in spirits, whatever. That belief can sometimes be easily led as well, essentially. There are people who think that the AI is influenced by gods, whatever. So basically, people think that Lilith could be influencing ChatGPT. Not the fact that it is it's a language program. It's not actually a sentient being in itself. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point. Honestly, it'd be like Terminator or something. But right now, the AI is a very advanced script, to my knowledge. It is not Lilith talking to you, and it is not influenced by Lilith. Now, if we dive deep into things, when we get signs from spirit and deities, not everything's a sign, okay? Even though I've talked about signs on my channel, sometimes you just know, and it takes time to develop that intuition. But not every single little thing is a sign. If I look out the window right now, because of where I live, people walk past all the time walking dogs. I must see at least 15 dogs a day, if not more. That's not Hecate every single time. People have dogs, people walk the dogs. So therefore, that's not a sign. But sometimes people get so wrapped up in signs that everything's a sign. Like, just because you saw 3333 on your clock on your computer once or twice, it's not always a sign. Sometimes it can be. I mean, for the longest time, for like over a year, for some freaking reason, every time I was looking at the time, I was having the time repeated, like 12, 12, 14, 14, or 3, or 3. For some spooky, weird reason. I felt like that was a sign in the end because it kept happening no matter what. But was it every single time a sign? Probably not. You know, if I saw that once, is it always a sign? No. Sometimes it's just coincidence. And it's very hard to be skeptical. Now, I was always skeptical. I've always been like that. This is why I do what I do, because I feel, to be frank, not enough people are skeptical, okay? Not enough people question. It's actually scary how gullible some people are. This is what I've talked about on the channel before about don't just follow random books. You know, in this day and age, I mean, there's so many different grimoires out there. I could write one tomorrow. In the self-publishing age, I've talked about AI books, there's AI grimoires out there, but there are nefarious people as well who put ill intentions in these things, who tell you, oh, this ritual will do this, and people just follow it bloody blindly. Oh yeah, I'll just do this ritual, it's meant to be for this. Well, actually, no, it wasn't. It was meant to take your energy and help that person. So you've just fell for something. Nobody has this critical thinking. Well, a lot of people don't. It's like we've lost that. It's healthy to be skeptical, you know. When I channel a deity, for example, I am using my abilities to do that and my intuition, my discernment. The words that come out of my mouth are inspired by them, but they are my words still. You don't have to believe me, and I'll never say, oh, you must believe me, I'm the one true answer, sort of thing. Subconsciously, us as humans, if we channel a spirit, you know, if you've got that ability, we can have an influence on that as well without meaning to, because we have autonomy, we have a life experience, we are a filter. Chat GPT is not a filter. Chat GPT is not a human like that. It is not connected like that. It's a list of numbers and codes. And this is the thing, so going back to the main topic of this video, this guy, this creator, the words he's coming out with is from Chat GPT. And I don't know if he's genuinely believing what Chat GPT, I've said it that many times, it's lost meaning. Chat GPT, is that, well, anyways, I don't know if he's believing wholly what it's saying to him, that it's Lilith, you know, because if he, you know, I could tell he loves Lilith really much, he does, okay, and she does respect him, well, she did respect him, and it's just sad now, it's just totally bloody sad, but you know, when someone's besotted with somebody, it's kind of like role-playing with ChatGPT at this point. So if he is believing, oh, that's Lilith talking to me through the computer, like, is he having this psychotic break and believing it? Is it just some sort of publicity stunt? I mean, from what I picked up on from Lilith was that she was very sad about it and he's feeling something, but it's just, it's mental. It's mental illness in a way. And I'm not meaning that to discriminate against anyone, but it is. And it's not just him that can fall for it. Anyone can. If you fall and slip into delusions, you hear about people who have virtual boyfriends and girlfriends and stuff. Now, fair enough, AI, if you're lonely, role play with the damn thing. But you know it's not real, right? Like, keep in touch with reality. And this is the thing, I think a lot of people have lost the ability to think critically, just take everything at face value, and that's where people are easily led. So I just wanted to bring this to the attention of everyone, not to slate that guy, not to cause dramas. He's just the example right now. Don't be easily led by AI or by anyone. Question everything. Seriously, even question me. On the back of this video, go do your own research. Go have a go. Experiment with the damn thing. And you'll see. But remember, it's not Lilith. It's not a god. It's a bunch of code talking back to you. That's what it is. You're not going to be the Messiah through the computer, loves. So I just wanted to bring it to the forefront. I think it's going to be becoming more and more of a problem, especially with this YouTube pushing it. You know, who's to know what YouTube's going to look like even in a year? I'm just going to keep doing my thing, and hopefully people will see that I'm being me. You don't have to agree with us all the time, but I'm being a human. I'm being real. And that's that. And that's all we can do. And just be vigilant. Yes, it's got its time and place. It can be useful, but it can also be very, very detrimental. Be wary, okay? I hope this video helped bring it to the forefront, and just be mindful, okay? Question everything. If you made it this far, hit subscribe. You can support me. All my stuff's below. I'd be so grateful if you did, because it helps me continue doing these videos. And thank you everyone for being here. Stay safe, stay witchy.